We work hard, we play hard. We are Gamerpreneurs. Individuals who have chosen to give up the security of a 9-to-5 in favor of getting to set our own hours, of doing the work that we want to do, and we refuse to give up the hobby that we grew up with in order to, quote, grow up. We have learned countless laws of life and sales from the games that we play, and we excel in everything we do. We see the wonder and glory in every interaction. We fit in awkwardly with the rest of the world because they don't understand our quirkiness, and we wear it as a badge of pride. We are focused, clear, and know what we want. We are Gamerpreneurs, and we are taking over the world. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Gamerpreneur podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Bradford Carlton. Today, I have a very special guest for you. We have TheAthleticGamer. Hey there, Coop.
What's going on? How you doing, my man?
Doing fantastic. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
All right. That's a great attitude to have because you hear a lot of people complaining out there.
Indeed.
All right. So, Coop, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
30 years old. I'm a Massachusetts native. Big-time gamer, football head. I love to eat. I love video games. There's a lot. But I just like to, live life, enjoy the company of my friends, and just having a good time. That's what I'm about.
Fantastic. All right. I always start all of my interviews on kind of a fun side. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being high, how weird would you say you are?
Say I'm about a 9.5.
Why is that?
Mainly, I put sugar in my grits. I don't know if anyone does that. I don't know why. That's usually the biggest thing. I put sugar in my grits. But everyone has a little weird side to them.
You're going to have to explain that one to me. I'm not sure I know what that means.
Sugar in your grits?
Yeah.
I legit put sugar in my grits. I don't know if you eat grits.
Okay.
Yeah, I put sugar in my grits. Yeah.
That is a little weird.
See, there you go.
All right. No, that's awesome though. Which is kind of funny because you're a health and fitness guy, right?
Yes, exactly. But it's one of those things I don't know when I picked it up. I don't know if it was when I was a kid or my parents, got me to try it as I was young. But I don't ever recall not eating my grits with sugar. I don't pour a lot in there, but I have to have a little bit in there for me to be able to eat them.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, it was so foreign to put sugar in my grits. And like that means something other than. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do kind of in real life?
I work at a sporting goods store, Dick's Sporting Goods here, a few miles from my house. I also play semi-professional football as well. On the weekends, our season's starting in a couple months, so I've been training and getting ready for that. I'm a freelance personal trainer as well. I'm kind of just branching out a little bit more, trying to do some more business endeavors with some small companies and some small churches as well to kind of spread health and awareness to them as well.
Okay.
But that's usually my everyday is work, school. I'm a college student. I'm just went back to college after about being out for 10 years.
Rock on, man. That takes a lot of courage to go back.
It did. It took a lot out of me, but I told myself I was going to do it and get my degree. So that's what I'm pushing for.
All right. Best of luck.
Yeah. But other than that, I work just a typical 9 to 5. But whenever I am home, I'm either in the gym or I'm on my laptop trying to just figure out a new way to bring in some extra income, help someone, things like that. So I'm technically working 24/7. Even in my sleep, I'm working and brewing up something.
We've got to be. That's how you get rich, right?
Exactly.
All right. So I reached out to you because specifically you seem to target gamers. Can you talk about that?
Gaming's always been a big part of my life. I know growing up, being an athlete, all your life would tailor to is, being in the gym or being on the court or being on the football field. And I've always wanted kind of something else that I can escape that life of being the athlete. And gaming was kind of one of the first things that I picked up. I didn't really pick it up until I was around 13 or 14 with my best friend. And he got me into Pokemon Stadium. It was kind of one of the biggest games that I used to play with him. And ever since then, I kind of just ran with it. I played World of Warcraft. That's usually my main game.
Horde or Alliance?
I'm Horde. Let's go ahead and put the mug in. But then over time, as you get older, instill in the gaming community. Like you see a lot of people that, that streaming is their life, and you never really see too much outside of their life, and you can kind of see some of the bad habits that they have, when it's either like lack of sleep or not eating enough or eating right, or being active. So being to be the guy that had that balance of staying in the gym and eating as healthy as possible. I'm not saying that I'm 100% on it, but for the most part I am. I kind of just wanted to bridge those two together, and just with my knowledge of what I know and my profession, I kind of just want to help the community as a whole live healthier outside of just being a gamer.
Absolutely. And for our podcast listeners, you can't see the video, Coop is absolutely shredded. He's just ripped. So why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about, let's start with you as a gamer. Can you kind of walk me through how you first really got into games? You said Pokemon Stadium. I'm right there with you. I love Pokemon Stadium. Mm-hmm. But kind of how did you develop from that into Warcraft, which I'm sure you were addicted like everybody else who plays it?
Yes. It started with me, honestly. Mom, if you're listening, I'm sorry. But it started one day of me skipping school in high school. And World of Warcraft was like that game. It was just coming out. I was a freshman. And my best friend Justin was like, Coop, there's this game out we got to try. It's called World of Warcraft. I'm like, cool. And tried it. And just it's so diverse, with the classes and things like that. It kind of just sucked me in. I started out as a Tauren warrior, and ever since then I was just sucked in. Like it's probably one of the only things in life besides food that I'm addicted to is World of Warcraft.
You still play?
And I still play.
So yes. Wait, you would have started either vanilla or BC then?
I started in vanilla.
Okay.
Yeah. So
right there with you, warrior tank all the way.
Oh yeah. So it's just been a long road of me just playing the game and grinding, and it kind of related to real life as well. I've always looked at myself as like a warrior. I've had a lot of things that influenced me, like Dragon Ball Z and a whole bunch of things that like kind of influenced who I am and what I love to do when it comes to like fitness and working out and things like that. And World of Warcraft is kind of one of those things that helped me. I'm working on a few workout plans as well that's kind of tailored to World of Warcraft. So it's definitely been like a big part of just my life in general, even outside of gaming as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Can you talk more about a workout routine based on World of Warcraft?
Yeah. So basically, right now I'm starting off with just a basic home workout for it. I kind of have it tailored for like melee classes, casters, and tanks. I haven't really tailored anything to healers yet. I have to do a little more research and work on that.
Throw your arm up.
Yeah. But just trying to tailor more. So I started with my warrior class, since it is my main, and just try to replicate some of the movements that they do. I'm not gonna go into too much detail because I'm releasing these workouts later on. But just like an example, what would increase like your warrior charge, for example, just use that kind of like as a guideline, and workouts that would help with that, like knee stability, box jumps, squats, etc., like that. And then just kind of going with some of the other key things that make a warrior class and building onto that. And I'll be doing, of course, beginner or intermediate and advanced.
Okay. Now, how long have you been doing this, the personal training?
I've been training for about 5 years. I've been working out since I was 13, but I've been training for about 5 years. I love it. Love it.
Now, specifically, why gamers and not some other niche?
I guess because gamers, they gravitate towards me, just because it's been such a big part of my life. It's like it's another extension of me, just like as football. But in sports, you have to be in a certain type of shape for basketball, baseball, and things like that in order to excel in that. People that are gamers, it might not necessarily feel that their health is valuable to them based on because of their profession. All they have to do is play video games. But I just want to be there to bring awareness and basically to tell them if I can do it, if I can maintain it and try to live a healthier lifestyle so I can live longer to do what I love to do, which is fitness and video games, that I would suggest that they do the same. So it's just an extension of me. It's my community. Just like I can go on NFL forums and talk with them. Like I love my gamers. I definitely love them. So I just want to bring awareness to them.
That's wonderful. And I mean, it's not like we don't have to worry about deep vein thrombosis, like all of us sitting there all day long. I mean, when Wrath of the Lich King came out, I stayed up for 3 days straight.
Yes.
2 sips of Monster, that's all I could do. But 3 days straight, I was like number 11 on my server to hit, I think it was 8.
Wow.
So I was the first raid group into Nax, just the first 10 people to hit, 80. We went all in. It was horrible. We got destroyed. But, gamers sit there all the time and they atrophy a little bit. So what are some common concerns you see with gamers?
Usually you kind of get stuck in the mode of, the grind, and that's usually with any game. And sometimes you either forget to eat at certain times, you forget to hydrate, you lose sleep, which after a while it does take its toll on you. Sometimes even I feel like I can sleep 4 to 5 hours and I'll be fine, but I usually try to squeeze at least 6 to 7, knowing that it is beneficial for me later on down the road. I just feel like a lot of gamers, we get submerged in what we're doing at the moment and kind of neglect ourselves in a sense. So I think it's just one of those things that I just want to just shine a light to, hey, I understand you're doing this, but don't forget to take care of yourselves. And that's because if you're sick or you're weary or, you can't game if you're sick because you lack of sleep or food or hydration. So I just want to constantly just bring awareness to them.
Certainly. Now, focusing on your business a little bit, do you have any mentors that have helped guide you along the way?
I don't really have any mentors per se. One guy that I do watch kind of religiously is Gary Vaynerchuk. You probably heard of him.
Oh yeah.
I watch everything he posts on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, his community text that he has, YouTube, everything. I consume everything he has. He's definitely been like really big on me trying to push forward and kind of break out of my shell on starting a business and doing what I want to do. Just basically because he doesn't sugarcoat it at all. He just tells you how it is. And I know the biggest thing that he's passed to probably a lot of people is like pursuing your happiness rather than the dollar first. I know a lot of people pursue the dollar because you need it to survive. But if you're not happy doing what you're doing, it becomes a chore. And I'm 30 years old and I don't want anything that I'm doing in my life to become a chore. I want to do it because it makes me happy, that it's helping someone. And then if it pays the bills, then so be it. That's fine. But I've definitely been pushing in myself to look for the happiness in what I'm doing first. So definitely Gary, my mom, of course, because she's my mother, and my father when he was alive, he definitely helped with a lot of things. Just growing up as a young male, to kind of get me to where I am today.
That's fantastic. All right. No, you definitely have the gamerpreneur attitude. You want to hustle, but you want to enjoy what you love too.
Exactly.
All right. Now, do you have any advice for someone who may want to start getting into personal training? There's gamers out there who don't necessarily just want to be sitting there playing games all day. They want to follow your path. How would they do it?
What I would do, I would probably just do a little research. Social media will open the door to everything that you're looking for and who you're looking for. I would do this. There's plenty of people that fit all these niches in a personal trainer realm. So I would just, reach out to people that you see that might be interesting to you. Reach out to them. Reach out to everyone that you can. And just start. Starting is the biggest thing. I know it used to be very hard for me when I was trying to look to do something new. Me starting used to be the hardest thing for me to do.
Why is that? What was holding you back?
I would think about judgment first of like my friends that don't agree with what I do or might find it funny that I love the game so much and things like that. But judgment used to always be the biggest thing. Failure, because no one likes to fail. But I've tried to tailor changing that failure mindset to an experience mindset. So I'm not thinking so much of I won't make this mark. I failed at it. Okay, if I didn't hit this mark, it was just an experience. Look back what I could have did better and then move forward from it.
Yeah. What experience have you gained along the way? You may not have hit the level, but you got experience, right?
Exactly. Just like World of Warcraft. You might have died to a mob, but you reassess what you have to do to come back and kill it. And then you keep on moving from there.
That's right. So what games or updates are you looking to come out soon?
Looking for 8.3 for World of Warcraft, definitely. Looking at new expansion, Shadowlands, it looks very good. I was kind of on the cusp of taking a break from World of Warcraft, which is one of the hardest things for me to do because if I don't play it, I don't know what I'm doing.
Tough, I'll tell you.
It's hard. It's so hard. I played a little bit of Classic. They released Classic, and I was playing a little bit here and there. And then I realized I'm not cut out for that grind anymore from when I was 14, 15 years old to now from leveling, and I can't do it anymore.
You mean you don't want to take 2 months to get to level 60?
Definitely do not anymore. I've done it many times before. I'm not doing it again.
And as a warrior, it sucked. I remember it was rough. You pick 2 mobs up, you might as well just lay down.
Can't charge in combat or anything. I'm okay.
All right. So what would you say your favorite game of all time is?
It probably have to be the Final Fantasy series. Final Fantasy VII was probably my favorite game of all time.
Why is that?
I just love the game. I just love weapons, giant swords, magic, things like that. It's kind of one of the deeper games. When I didn't play World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy was always like the game that I went to. And then it had like a Keyblade sword that was like a sword and a gun. I just thought it was cool. And then World of Warcraft is definitely like right there behind it, like right there.
Sure. Warcraft's up there for me, but I don't think it'll ever be my favorite. It's good, but the others have something special to them. So I want to humble you a little bit for a second, if that's all right.
Okay, no problem.
So you've talked about all the things you're doing, the things that you believe, how you're hustling. What's something that you failed at?
I feel at a lot of things. I know one of the biggest things, if anyone that doesn't know me, I tried for the NFL back in 2013. And I trained and I worked out. I had like a year and a half to work out for it. And I won't necessarily call it a failure, but at the time I felt like I completely failed. I was so focused on the things I was going to do before I even got into the door. And of course I didn't get signed. And that was a really big blow for me. It had me down in the dumps for quite a while. I think I stopped working out for almost a year. I just couldn't. I lost everything, all my motivation for it.
How'd you pick it back up? How'd you turn it around?
My dad really, he talked to me and basically told me it wasn't the end of the world, that I didn't make it to the standard. Everyone has the standard as a high school athlete, and then you're supposed to go to college, and then you're supposed to make it to the pros, and then, especially like in the community that I grew up in, it was kind of you're kind of put in a box of what you were supposed to be doing and only what you're supposed to be able to do. And if you didn't do that, then you kind of failed. But my dad really talked me out of it, kind of broke me out the mold and got me out of my feelings per se. And, I kind of picked myself back up, picked the pieces up, and kind of just went from there and started playing semi-pro football. And, it really brought the love back because I wasn't really doing it for the money. I was doing it more for like the passion and for myself. So for me, kind of taking that hit in my life was definitely really big because it kind of restructured me in a sense to, it's not always about the money. It's literally about the passion. If it makes you happy, then roll with it, enjoy it, because, nothing lasts forever.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah.
How about this? So you, athletic trainer, you're obviously just ripped. Like, do people get weirded out when you tell them you play video games?
I always get the question mark face. Like when I tell people I play the World of Warcraft, I play card games too. I play Magic the Gathering, I play the Dragon Ball Super card game like every Monday. I'm doing those things. And for someone that doesn't know me, if they see me, the automatic assumption, of course, they put me in a box. Okay, well, he has to be an athlete. He probably doesn't do anything else but that. But then I tell them, I was like, yeah, I play World of Warcraft. And then I go in like detail, and they're like, they're confused. And they always give me I would never picture you playing that. And I'm always like, well, why not? You know,
Right.
not to put them on the spot, but, I think a lot of people get put into a box. If they look a certain way or act a certain way or talk a certain way, they can only be limited to X amount of things that they can do. So
We're breaking the mold, my friend.
got to break the mold every day.
All right. So I have just a couple more questions, then we'll wrap this up. Say someone's out there and they know they need some help on the fitness side, but they're not quite ready for you. What advice would you give them, like as a first step?
First step, if they weren't ready for me, I would definitely recommend research. Research is good. Even I research a lot of stuff as well. Even when I'm tackling certain clients and things like that. But like starting off with the basics. I think people have a mindset of they want it now, and they got to take the time to build up to things. So they got to start off from square one. Just figure out what your goals are, write them down. I've realized writing stuff down is a lot better for me even than typing it. Like if I type it, I don't grasp it. So I would recommend, one, writing your goals down of what you want to do, what you want to achieve. And then two, do your research. Start with basic movements, things of that nature. And then of course you're not going to go into it knowing, might not know the proper form of what to do or how many reps or what you're eating and things like that. But all of that just takes time and just sticking with it. I try to treat everything that I do, I try to treat it like day one. So I can be doing something one day, go throughout my day, had a success, had a good day, great. Go to sleep, I wake up day one. Just try to keep that same mentality of just constantly just trying to get better at what I'm trying to do. Just starting small, and it's going to build up on its own.
Okay, wonderful. Now, I want to ask you kind of a personal question. It's business related, but really personal. What's your end goal? What are you hoping to achieve in life?
I want to change the world. I know that might sound cliche, but I want to change the world. Like I want to break the mold. I want people to feel like they can do anything that they want to do. Anything, no matter your race, sex, religion, any of that. Like I literally just want to change, the world, even if the world is just a handful of people. To me, if I could help change their life and change their mindset on some things, kind of help them break some of their own barriers, then I've done my job. Of course I can't affect everyone, but I will make sure that but I'll make sure that I'm going to affect I'm going to help someone before it's my time to go. Just like along the way, I've had friends and, support me, through some of the troubles that I've had in my life. So it's only right to help the next man or the next woman. And, there's no point in me having knowledge if I'm not willing to spread it. So I just want to affect as many people as I can and hope that they achieve some things that they want to achieve. And if they've done that and I was a small piece of it, I'm happy. I don't want anything. I don't need a lot of fame or glory or a lot of money from it. I just want to help some people.
All right. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Coop. Now, how do people find you? How do they get in touch with you? Where are you out on social media?
You can follow my Instagram at TheAthleticGamer5. My Snapchat is HulkSmash505. You can find me on there. My Facebook is facebook.com/TeamCoop. And my Twitter handle is TheAthleticGmer5. I'll send you the info if you want to put that.
Yes, please.
As well.
And I'll include it when I release this.
Yeah, but I'm usually on all of that stuff. If you want to, you can follow my Patreon as well. At patreon.com/TeamCoop. That's why I'll be having a lot of content coming up for everybody. So keep a lookout on that. Oh, and my YouTube, TheAthleticGamer5. You can find me on there as well.
Beautiful. All right. So this has been wonderful. Is there anything that I didn't ask you think we should have talked about?
I think we covered everything. I just want to give a quick shout out to all my friends that kind of just supported me along the way. Give a shout out to my mom, love her to death, my sister, my dad in heaven. Just want to just thank the whole, the gaming community as well, kind of accepting me throughout the years and what I love to do. And that's it. Just want to thank everybody for watching and just get better. Just take time every day to get better.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much, Coop. The Athletic Gamer, thank you again for coming on with us today.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
All right. You take it easy.
All right, you too.
Hey, if you like this podcast, I'd love to invite you to check out a little bit more about me, Dr. Bradford Carlton, Gamerpreneur. If you go to my website, www.thegamerpreneur.com/bonus, I'm going to give you a free copy of my book, The Warcraft of Business, where I explain my history in both gaming and business and how I brought the two together in order to create some very successful companies and help a lot of people. And all you got to do is pay for shipping and processing, and I'll send you this book. I absolutely know you're going to love it. All right, you all take it easy.